crew on the key, so this shit not.
Grammy Award-nominated rapper and artist, Flavor Flav.
Oh, oh, say, can you see?
And we're back.
Wow.
Season 3, episode 6 of the F.A.C.T.S podcast. They got Flavor Flav singing the national anthem. Everyone, it's time for y'all to go ahead and get right with whoever you believe in, because the world is clearly coming to an end. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, God ain't even got nothing to do with this. I mean, I'm happy for him. That's great for him.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. You know, we're back. It's the episode.
Yeah. And we want to thank you all for staying here with us during these first few minutes here over here on the 613 Faye Network. Oh, with the F.A.C.T.S crew, we also have the Man Cave, and we also have the Pose Up. I just can't. Why they get Flavor? Okay. All right. Let me get serious. Okay. How was your weekend? How has your week been going?
Well, you know, Halloween passed.
Yes.
It was cool. I was a 420 scout.
So what you're saying is that were you one of the Girl Scouts that sold to Flavor Flav to give him that confidence that he could go up here?
I ain't got waiting, but yeah.
You right. He was smoking on that joint that Trick Daddy be messing with. You right. Little. Allegedly.
What else was I say? Oh yeah. My football team, we won the championship, 1 out of 2. The first one was more so a thank you gift. Okay. You know, gave it to them a little bit.
Okay.
Because if we would have won, it would have been our 3rd win. So it would have been 3-peat.
Oh, 3-peat.
Okay. Per the rules, we have to dismember our band. So
wow.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because my other team, we have to break up as well because we three-peated in that one as well.
Okay.
But I just feel like, I'm just gonna change my name so we could just stay together,
There you go.
Yeah.
But I like what the nice common denominator is and all that. And the common denominator is you, baby girl. You're a star. Everyone give it up for Tay.
Yeah. We play hard. I played 4 games. I'm still trying to recover. And they were all back to back. There was maybe 5 minutes in between. And then you get like a 5-minute halftime. So all in all, between each game, this damn fly, I've been trying to kill it since last night.
That's what they do. They hang out and they want to embarrass. They want this be around.
You just had to fly. It's okay. Just mess up the whole feng shui. But, I'm going to get with him a little later. I'm going to get with him.
It's okay. Like, I'll be honest, there is a stink bug. I don't know how it keeps getting in the house because it keeps coming to the same section. And it must have told its family, like, I heard they got some food and stuff ahead. I had something come through because I'm like, how are y'all getting in? Nothing was open. And they in the same spot. Like when I came home today, it was like right here. And my children, they having all this conversation about, I'm like, yo, get out the way. Let me get it out of here. Like y'all, I don't need a town hall meeting right here. Eh. Anyway, congrats to you though. Congrats.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Over here, man, had a time. Um, Definitely put on my amazing costume. I was a sexy ninja, round round, and yeah, and me and my homegirl, we linked up. We were like, hey, we ain't got no. I didn't have my kids, and I called her. She was like, what? Say less. She dropped them kids off, and we was outside, and it's this bar. You know, I can't even give them the free promo. Either way, it's over there. It's near PG Plaza. We went there. They have this wonderful happy hour special that is every Saturday from I believe 3 to 7. And when I tell you the drinks are $6.50, you can get you a nice meal for under $8, and the food is amazing. It's absolutely, absolutely amazing. Never mind, I gotta give them the free promo because it was really good. Old Dominion is what it's called. It's absolutely amazing. But it's this guy that we seen there like maybe 2 times. No, one time before. So he sees us, my girl recognizes him, and he looks, he's like, oh, this man leaves out the building, goes to his car. I'm nervous now because what you leaving for, right? Because this ain't never been nothing good. Because he didn't even say hi. I saw the and then he went outside. I'm like, oh Lord, Lord, this can't be how it ends. This can't be how it ends. But he goes outside and he comes in here and he says, yeah, I seen y'all dressed for Halloween, so I had to bring out the treats. And I said, hey, well, ain't nobody tricking, but you can definitely be treating. And so he went ahead, he got us some drinks, and he rips open one of the bags of candy, like the big Halloween size bag. He rips it open. Skittles, Starburst, Twix bars, Snickers, flying everywhere. I'm like, I'm not mad. However, like, let me know that that's what you're going to do. I thought you was going to put it on the table and say, hey, if you want some, or give it to us and decide if we want to split. It was wild. But I had a really, really good time. I wanted to have a Halloween party, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't really feel like having to clean up after people and everything. And no, right. And drinking, and like it's the people that you know that it's like that's gonna come over and that's gonna get trashed. You know, I'm in my home, so I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? I can fall wherever. That's fine. Leave me. Just close the door, please. Crack it,
Right.
something, whatever. But not nobody's trying to have that level of responsibility for people, because I feel like the older I get, matter of fact, the older me and like the crew get, it's like it's getting worse. You know what I'm saying? Like we are the problems. Okay, we are the problems. And you know, they say that acceptance is key, and you know, acceptance and accountability is key. So I understand my role in the situation. Now, for Halloween, though, I got a whole nother costume. When I tell you, I ordered a ton of costumes. I don't know what that was about. It felt great though, but I am ready and I am covered for at least until my son is like in the 5th grade. So hey, yeah, breaking out a new one every year, baby. But the worst part of all though is that unfortunately I had my homegirl zip up the rest of my dress. I ain't think nothing about that when I'm leaving because I know me and I'm like, yo, I got 15 minutes to make it home before I crash, right? Dog, I get home. I'm trying to take this thing off. Yo, the struggle, because it really had a zipper that went down the hood from here all the way down to my back. And I'm like, dog, it was bad. But you know, I'm a survivor, still here, still standing. And we wish the best to that costume. So I got pictures. I'm good. We can move along. But yeah. Have you noticed? Have you heard all the things where they talk about women like Halloween because this is the one year that they can go and dress like a hoe? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, but I don't really care because I mean I can dress however I want to dress at any given point throughout the year. I don't need a special day or a special reason, and I feel like it's very stereotypical.
There you
Um,
go.
because just if I want to dress like the old lady with 100 cats, that's what I do. If I
Exactly.
be the nun that I was 2 years ago, that's
Yes.
what I'm gonna do. Be a school teacher or a box of crayons. That's what I'm gonna do. Like the day
Exactly.
that I determine what I'm gonna wear or how I feel. And it's all about confidence. And I mean, that just brings up a whole nother discussion about people stereotyping women and, with it falls into like women being assaulted and all this other stuff. And then you're telling your daughters that you can't be around, you can't wear certain things around certain family members, or don't do this and don't do that. But like I said, that's a whole nother topic for another day.
It is, but you're absolutely right.
It, it's so much more deeper than just the surface of, oh, women can, that's one that they can dress like whores. And it's like, who are you to call us anything? Because you got costumes out here that are just as worse, or just as I'll say scandalous or skimpy, or whatever it may be. Like, what is, like, this one dude that I know, he had a skeleton costume, but of course his skeleton costume had extended pieces on it, and if you see the little piece, it makes it jump. Like, yes, now granted, it was funny costume,
I can imagine. However,
you know what I'm saying? Like, however, he's not gonna get, nothing's gonna be said about him, because he's a male. Oh, it's funny, it's accepted.
Yeah, whatever.
Society, but like I said, we're gonna touch on that, but we ain't gonna touch on.
Yeah, but I must say I do agree. I do completely agree, and I'll be honest. Like, if we all keep it real with ourselves, we know a lot of hoes that wear everything. So it's a whole right now with some dirty ass sweatpants on with a rip in them. It is a hoe out here right now that got on leggings. They got one pair of leggings. Okay.
Might got on a business suit for all we know.
There we go. We got them.
It's all in how you present yourself.
Exactly.
Yourself. I mean,
And
the day, if that's your choice, by all means, secure the bag.
exactly. And then let's be honest too. We know whores that are men and women, and they be forgetting that part because there's a lot of men with a lot of gray sweatpants out here. And I know that I done seen more jingling over the past week on the warm days. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot more jingling going on out here, and it's wild. But
it's funny. I seen a post. Just to wrap this up, but I just seen a post on Instagram, and it said if you want to make extra income, and it had in gray sweatpants walking around the grocery store, and showing like all the different, eggplants, squash, zucchini, cucumbers. It is Christmas time, so if you want to make a little extra income, I was like, really? I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like in bad taste or anything. It was actually very funny.
Yeah, it wasn't spoken about like how it is about women in these costumes. Right. And I'm pretty sure that it was not a woman who said, "Ooh, we need this type of sexy costume." No, I feel, I'm not saying that they couldn't happen. Anybody could have done it, but to sit there and say that, that's wild. Like, you can't just wear a nice costume, and then people work hard for these bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the gym, you out here whooping people ass in football. You know what I'm saying? Like, you out here working. Like, we do a lot of work for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to show off my hard work now. And, and it's really for that. It's my confidence, and I'm happy to be in this space. People can't just be happy. Haters. But it might be because, never mind, I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, Tay, yep, it was a good one too. I'll tell you later. But yes, so Tay, what do you have for us in politics?
President Biden issues the first AI executive order requiring safety assessments, civil rights guidance, and research on labor market impact.
I can understand why he would have to do that, because the way that AI been coming out, like, have you seen what they've been doing to the cartoon characters, and they've been putting quotes with them and everything? It is. Like, I seen one today with Elsa.
Yeah, I seen that one. She said something about my heartband code.
Yes.
Encourage the cowardly dog. I said, how they bring my man?
I didn't see Courage. Oh, I've seen a lot of I saw Shrek and
Shrek.
Patrick. I saw Patrick.
It's a few of them, but it's too many. Either way, it's creepy. all of this stuff is creepy. I mean, I just feel like we just have a lot more things to worry about, especially with the war that's still going on right now with the Palestinian people. Prayers to them. Then I recently heard about something happening in the Congo right now. They're trying to wipe. They're killing people in the Congo right now, of course, for the natural resources, but not trying to take anything away from what's going on with the Palestinian people. But I just wish that, with what's happening in Africa and in the Congo, things like that get the same attention. And I know it's hard because in some of these places, there is no internet, there is no social media, it's hard to report. If you report it, you might get killed. I totally, but I just feel like as Americans or as people with hearts and compassion, as humans, we need to show the same energy and sympathy for every country that's going through this, because this happens in Africa. I'll say a little bit more frequently that it happens in other places. Granted, Africa does have majority of our natural resources. I mean, if it probably wasn't for Africa, we probably wouldn't have half the shit that we have now. But I just want everybody to go hard for everybody, because it's fair with the women and children that are dying. Not saying the men aren't important, because they are just as important. But when you're killing innocent children and nothing's being done about it, and y'all say y'all sending help, but then it's like, what help? Like, what are we doing here? And then I also read that they kind of knew that this war was going to happen, and it wasn't prevented. So it's like, what are we really doing here? Are y'all trying to wipe out the Palestinian race, or well, not race, but community? Just in general, like, what are we doing? I mean, bad enough, they're trying to get rid of black people, or African Americans, I should say. But what are we really doing here? I mean, it's getting scary. It's getting very, very, very scary.
So they were talking about how many pregnant women were over there, and they said that they now don't have any more. They don't have any anesthesia. So now, like, yo, they ripping these babies out. Yo, I didn't have a natural birth for either of my children. I had a C-section for both of them. I cannot imagine that. It already hurt afterwards, but yo, I cannot imagine.
I'd be crying over a paper cut. Now, granted, I did have a natural birth, but I did have epidural, the whole nine. Cool.
Yeah.
But a little bit of pain for them couple of hours was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what did they said it was equivalent to breaking about 13 bones or something like that in your body.
Yes. Oh God.
I fractured my finger and it hurts. So 13 bones, like to give birth to a human, and then like they don't have the resources. But then I also feel like it's no reason why they don't have the resources.
Exactly.
If we're funding them with money, military assistance, and all these different things, where are the pharmaceutical companies playing their role at? Y'all making billions and billions off of us already.
Exactly. I can't find it.
Resources that are for people in need.
Like it's. I mean, put it like this. Just when I read that, and it's like instantly, because of the fact that that was something. I mean, of course, watching this tragedy on TV, it hurts enough, especially if you can really see the raw stuff on like social media and everything. Oh my gosh. But yo, thinking about a pain that you've actually experienced, I cannot imagine childbirth without some medicine. There's some people that, and if you did it, hats off to you. If I had the option, put it like this, if I chose to do that, that'd be one thing. I don't want that to be an option taken off the table. That is some real stuff. A lot of women do not make it through childbirth. And
Right.
to think this right here, like now it could possibly be a bunch of orphans because of this. And then I'm thinking like, if you don't have the medicine, that also means that eventually you're running out of cleaning supplies. Like this is scary. Like this is not a movie. I keep thinking that something's going to change, and I don't know what to do to help. Like, besides my prayers, which ain't really that, it ain't helping nothing. Like, I'm praying, but like, I can't come down there, come help. I don't know. I'm like, oh, hey, send this over there. That's not gonna happen. Not for little old me. But yeah, we praying for him. Anyway, what else you got for us, Carly?
The eye drops.
Mm.
Not that, but eye drops, 26 different brands, including store brands. So you're Mr. Clear Eyes. Yeah. They can cause you to lose your vision and have eye infections. Um,
Yeah,
I just feel like nothing's safe now.
exactly.
Look,
Exactly. Like, I,
it ain't safe. It ain't safe.
it's not. I remember years the Bosch and Lomb company, right? When I was using their disinfectant for my contacts, and when I'm telling you, I had the worst eye infection. And I'm taking my contacts out, and then I'm like, they're like, you got to take them out at night. And I'm thinking, how are you trying to tell me what I'm not doing? And I'm like, I'm taking them out. So my mom, she's not really trying to hear what I'm talking about because she listened to the doctor, and I'm like, dog, it really came to the point. I'm taking them out in front of her. When I tell you, my eye got worse and worse. And then, they got the little drops that you can, I mean, not the drops, they got the tablets you can put in there. I bought all this stuff. When I tell you, my eye was so horribly inflamed. So now I can't go to school because they told me I got pink eye. I'm like, yo, I don't. This is something else. When I tell you, it's not until years later. So that happened to me at some point, I want to say middle school and high school, but then they did a lawsuit like 20 years later. I couldn't get my medical records though for that. So I couldn't be a part of that lawsuit where I'm like, that really happened. And my vision was horrible for a long time. It was already bad, but it was worse in one eye, my left eye. It's a problem. This stuff is scary because it's a huge level of trust that we are putting in people to take care of, to do their job and not be, petty about it. But here we go. Jeez. I'm
Scary.
scared. Yeah, I want to throw mine out. Like not my contacts, but like the solution. I don't know. I'm just probably need to wear my
I
glasses
have
all the time.
glasses. That's part of the reason why I haven't got contacts. But that's nor here or there.
Well, you always got some dope glasses. So like that pair that you have on right there, baby girl. Those are nice. I like those.
Thank you. I'm trying to refrain from buying more, but I just feel like I gotta end 2023 with a new haul of glasses. Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
don't want to go off into a tangent. But what we got going on in the entertainment world to lighten up the
Yeah.
mood a bit?
So yeah, I know it's been real, but you know what? We gotta sit here. The name of the show is Facts. We sit here, we are giving you our honest things that are going on that you might not know. And by the time that it comes to you, and then you can't say that you didn't know. We told you. We told you ahead of time. But here we are. So in entertainment news, I am happy to say that Magic Johnson is officially a billionaire. I mean, we're not getting any money, but I'm very happy for him. He is now joining LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Tiger Woods on Forbes. Now, I'm very happy for him because I'm not going to lie to y'all, right? There, again, we are broadcasting from DMV, that's the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. Let me tell you that I used to live in Baltimore and I drove down here to the Magic Johnson movie theaters to see Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins. Okay. I drove down to see that movie and I heard that they had grape soda at the movie theaters. When I tell you, I was so happy, and I believe I might have been pregnant with my daughter. When I tell you, I definitely had my soda on top of my belly, and I was just so happy. You know what I'm saying? And oh my, it was a great experience. But that is something that I can never take away. That was a great experience, and I love going there. I just need him to have like the updated seats in there and everything. I need that. Then I will go and patronize more often. That's all I need. But he's been making a lot of moves, and the thing about it too, if you all don't know, he is one of the owners of the Washington Commanders. The movie theater and the movie theater, Magic Johnson movie theater and the FedEx Field is less than a mile from one another. So I'm like, yo, that is really dope. These are amazing investments. Very happy for him. he went through a lot in life, and I'm glad to see that he's able to be on the other side where people don't talk about that other stuff. And we're not going to do that here. So, next up, girl, have you heard about this beef between Saucy Santana, Vlad TV, and DJ Academics? Have you seen this?
Yeah, I don't pay things like this.
Well, put it like this. I understand, but when I tell you this, I'm gonna send you the clip, right? When you hear the clip, you really going to trip. Long story short, Saucy Santana, he is a friend of the City Girls. You see him more so hanging with Young Miami. But he got into it with Vlad TV. Vlad is the one who, if you didn't know, like Boosie be doing all these interviews and everything, we be wondering, like, because
Yeah.
yeah, yes. So he got into it with Vlad because Vlad is trying to make it seem like he was trying to have a meeting with Saucy Santana. And then he made it seem like Saucy Santana bluffed him. And it was an issue with Uber and everything. Saucy Santana came out. He said, first of all, I don't even take Uber. Okay. When I come to New York and I do my interviews, I have a driver. My driver's name is Marco. And I'm like, oh, wow. He was like, you're not going to catch me in an Uber. I can't do that. He said, like, because I got stuff to do. So when I'm ready to leave, I'm ready to leave right there and get my driver. And in Atlanta, I got whoever. And he said the person's name or whatever. So he was like, if you really want to meet me, then you know what? I will be in New York on such and such date. You can come, you can call me, and then we can work something out, and I can go ahead and do an interview with you. But don't say that I'm ducking you out, because I'm not. Boom. So I'm like, okay.
He's spicy anyway.
He is, but that right there was nothing compared to what he said to DJ Academics. Okay, the condensed version of this story is DJ Academics kept going at Young Miami, right? He's talking about them, and her and JT, they were just on the Breakfast Club. So he's giving all his feedback, all his thoughts on it and everything. So Saucy Santana jumps out there. I can't even use all the words that he used, but the main thing I can say is that Saucy Santana said that he is a gay male, but he don't understand how Academics is acting the way that he does and getting involved in all this stuff about women. And he was like, I'm a gay man and I don't even be talking to women and arguing with women like that. He said, why do you do that? He said, but you know what I will tell you is that we will be down. He's like, Carisha is having a Halloween party in Miami. He says the flyer is up. You can show up there because you got so much mouth. He said, he was like, you got so much mouth, and you telling me that I can come and meet you at headquarters. No, I'll do you one better. We're going to be here. He's like, see, the thing about us, in order for us to make our money, we got to promote where we at, but you don't ever say nothing. He was like, so pull up. I want you to pull up. Okay. Pull up. He then tells him that not only is he going to beat his ass, that he is also going to take something from him. Okay. And I mean, take. Right. And I'm like, yo, but if you have to see him in the level of seriousness, and his nails look amazing. So he's saying all this and he going hard. I was like, wow. So now we're just waiting to see how all this played out. By the time that this airs, I'm pretty sure there will be even more information, and this will get even spicier. It's gonna, I don't think it needs to go that far, Miss Saucy Santana. You know what I'm saying? However, yeah, you don't gotta prove your point like that. He not gonna say nothing else. He got you. He heard you. Hopefully he doesn't. I pray he doesn't, or he'll find out the hard way. Anyway, so I don't know if y'all noticed, but celebrities, they've been out here spinning the block right now. You know, we got Shanti and Nelly together, and you know they were just acting like they broke up before the MTV Music Awards, is what it seemed like. They took down all the pictures and everything, and then Ashanti celebrated her birthday last week, so they were out together singing songs, having a great time. Can you believe that Jermaine Dupri and Janet Jackson were featured in the background sitting there? I'm like, really? And I'm like, Janet.
That happened. I said, when did that happen?
Oh, yo, this just happened over the weekend. Oh, I'm like, wow. But even better, dun, 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 the people who I never thought were going to go ahead and get back together after he was caught helping his cousin bring in the groceries was Summer Walker and Lil Meech. Yeah, I've never seen. I in my own personal experience, I
Oh,
have never
wasn't in the groceries. I totally forgot he did say that about them. And
like
I didn't
think about
how they walking and swinging hands and
exactly. And the thing that's funny too is that, like, as a person who goes to the grocery store, there are plenty of times when I needed assistance. That little bit, there wasn't no groceries. It was a bottle. Okay. It was a bottle. It was a bottle and probably some weed. That right there was about the extent. Maybe some pills. That was probably the extent of it. Your cousin ain't need no help with that. And if there was more footage, then I'm pretty sure the other person would have brought out more of the footage or something. Or maybe they wouldn't even made the thing. Or maybe they would have. Still, I don't feel like it went down like that. But they said that Meech was out with her and her three children, out helping and celebrating Halloween. Hmm?
gosh, she got that many kids.
Yeah. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what, Summer? I can understand why you spent the block. You got three kids under the age of 2 or 3. You out. I mean, granted, you couldn't control the fact that you had twins, so fine. But I can see why you spent the block a little bit, especially if they worked really well with him and everything. Hey, why not try it again? Maybe he learned a little bit. Maybe. However, I'm glad that she knows that the American public just wants to. Not only are they there trying to help you, because that video never had to come out. That could have just went to her. It never had to come back like that. But whatever. No judgment here. We've all spent the block. You know what? I'll speak for myself. I've spent the block. I'm not spending that block ever again. You know what I'm saying? However, moving forward, I'm just gonna love until when I feel like I can't love no more, then I just gotta let go, baby. I gotta let go. Like, I can't spend the block. I don't have time. But now to go to my final piece of entertainment about the one and only 6-time Grammy Award nominee Flavor Flav singing the national anthem. I know we discussed it earlier, but it deserves more time. And what I want to do is I'm going to read to you all what he posted on social media, because he realized he know who he is. He knows how people feel about him and everything. But you know what? I was very happy to see the confidence he took with this. Okay. He wrote, this is on courtesy of Instagram. He wrote, the anthem was a long time bucket list item that was fun. I can't live my life worried about what people might say about me. I won't let that stop me from trying new things and doing things I want to do. Some people might not like that, but a sure failure is if you stop trying. Sign, home of Flavor Flav. I was like, you know what? Hats off to you, Flav. Because I'm not gonna lie.
He's confident. All we can do is applaud him for his efforts. He did something that I know I personally could not do. Now, would I would have done it if I could have done it? No. I mean, I mean, like I said, he didn't sound horrible, but he's just yelling words like in typical Flavor Flav fashion, and I mean, it literally sounded like he was talking. But I mean, hey,
I think the crazy part though is that Fergie is a whole singer and she got laughed out so bad. And the way the cameraman made sure to hold the camera right there so you could see people breaking. I remember Steph Curry's face. I remember LeBron looking like, don't do this. Get that camera out my face.
not
This
even
one
that.
right here.
Cardi B, all of them.
Yes.
But it's also, I mean, I'm not saying Fergie don't have respect. Her name doesn't carry weight, but it's also some people's name just carry a little bit more weight than others. And like
Yeah.
his performance wasn't horrible. I could
Right.
like it was horrible. Like
Yeah, Fergie went in hiding. She went in hiding after that.
and as she possibly should have, because I probably would have done the same. I would have been very upset with whoever booked me to do this. I mean, like, I'm not even trying to throw shade because we all have our moments where we are down bad. And yeah, it's okay. There's
Yeah, you're
always
right.
next time, maybe. I don't know. But, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and for Flavor Flav, it was the fact that I think I had a lot more respect for the fact that he really did take it seriously. He didn't come in there trying. He ain't do the yeah boy. He ain't do none of that. He left all that alone. He was still him. Hat sideways, big clock on. He was still himself, and I respect that. His self with dignity. Like they not gonna laugh me out because he know how bad it could have been. He knows. He knows people would have been, oh my God, they'd have been letting him have it on Twitter. But yeah, this is just, it's wild. It's wild.
It is
But,
wild.
again, hats off to you. Yeah, hats off to you, Flavor Flav.
Flavor.
Nobody, if anybody, like the only other person that I can think of that would have been able to get away with something like that, honestly, I would have never thought Flavor Flav. I would have thought it would have been Snoop. Not because he is singer. It's just because Snoop is everywhere. Snoop is like a household name all around the world. I watched this thing on YouTube that showed all these clips and commercials he was in, all the things that he sold, and I mean, it was tons of stuff. And I thought about it. I'm like, this is interesting for Snoop, but Flavor Flav, for everything that he has gone through, I'm glad just to see that he made it. He showed up, and he making sure his name goes down in history as one of the best. But yeah.
I mean, but cheers to Flavor Flav.
Cheers to Flav. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Since we're on the topic of sports,
Yeah.
Coach Prime's team, they were robbed
Oh,
at their game, which is very disheartening.
very.
Like, I mean, I know that college players are getting paid now. You know, they securing the bag right now, as they should have been a long time ago. But that's another day. I feel like it was an inside job.
Me too. It definitely is security or the maintenance man.
But like it has a lot to do with because it's Deion Sanders. Because
Definitely.
when you ever really made now, granted, I could be wrong. I've never heard of a college team being robbed while they're playing.
Ever. And you're like you said, it was him. It was his team. Like it was all these other teams that been out here, but his team, and they got everybody.
If that's the case, not condoning this, but y'all should have run everybody's locker room now that they all securing the bag. Like some of these kids are making more money playing college than they might, they might make if they don't make it to the NFL. They still got a little bag to rely on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just thought that was real wild, and it all because of who he is, and his sons go there. So I mean, it's all a clout type situation. Oh, we robbed Coach Prime. Like
exactly.
I just feel like that's real childish.
Very.
Like grow up, but who am I? What do I know? But moving on.
Yeah.
Crushed the Rams, which was a little surprising. I didn't expect Dallas to go off like that. I appreciate CeeDee Lamb, fantasy points. But I didn't expect it to go down like that.
Yeah.
That day in world. Then you got Commanders. Almost beat the Eagles. It was a close game. Was it AJ Brown went off. I kind of went to sleep during that game, but whatever.
It happens. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching, and then once I realized I didn't mean to fall asleep, but it happened. But unfortunately, almost doesn't count.
I'm not gonna lie. Every Sunday, I think I fall asleep during the Commanders game, and then I wake up. Like it's nothing personal. It's just most Sundays I'm coming back from playing football early in the morning, and I'm beat. But by the time I get home, I sit down on that couch.
Hey, it's a done deal.
It's another sad day. Steelers lost the Jags again. Every time we play them, they always got our number. But we're gonna skip over that because we're gonna talk about how the Chiefs got dog walked by Denver.
Yeah, hey.
I don't know what Holmes was doing.
I
Like
mean,
he threw it. It was just bad.
yeah.
But
However,
hey, Russell got a win.
yeah.
Plus,
Listen, all I know is that I've really gotten into sports like a lot more over the last, what, 3 years, 4 years. And it's the fact that I really am like staying up and being in tune with this. So like as you're saying something, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, and you really were paying attention and watching. Then I was like, I mean, well, you was watching, but then you had to stop because you had other obligations real quick. But then you had came back to check the score because you just trying to figure out who won what. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I've seen how much I've changed. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining. And then I got a son, so I'm like trying to incorporate those other things here in my home for him. So we don't just have to watch the superheroes. Hey, there's some other stuff we can watch with these other people. But hey,
oh, it's definitely entertaining just like looking at the ups and downs because every week is something new. Like the Broncos beat them 24-9. 24-9. Then you had the Bengals who beat the 49ers 31-17. So I just feel like it's any given Sunday, but I do like also it's really geared towards the Eagles are doing really well. So I don't
okay.
know if the season is kind of geared towards them winning again. But
So you feel that it is rigged? Do you
I
feel
won't.
like things?
I'm not gonna be that person.
Okay.
I want to be that person, but I'm not gonna be that. If it's rigged, then hey, we know the Eagles might win again this year. If it's not, somebody else might win.
Yeah.
But that's nor here or there. I'm over it. The NFL is crazy. The plants are
World.
crazy.
Yo.
The whole world is freaking crazy. This weather
Yes.
is insane outside. It's no reason why it was last Halloween. We had on what Parker, Moo
Yes.
and
Oh my gosh.
it
With
was what
amazing
Nugget.
costumes underneath. Yes. With amazing costumes underneath. Yo, when I tell you the way we was out here killing it, everybody, they was hating. They was sitting there, they looking like this guy walked over to us. He busts out, do you guys have any costumes on? I jumped out my chair. Ladies, he asked us, do we have any costumes, ladies? And then we look like, what? Next, whoosh, we ripping down this girl. She get the cussing. All you hear is, what the fuck? And they sit there like, wow. Next, he called his homeboys to come over and take pictures. And it was like, pose, pose. It was a vibe. And it was so cold. And we was outside at the bonfire.
It was freezing, and then this year we got on shorts, no coats, no nothing, skirts, very comfortable. I mean, I'm not complaining. I appreciate you, Mother Nature, but
Yes.
we're gonna have to figure it out and make it make sense because our plants are confused. We are confused. The whole damn world is confused. Then it's talking about they found helium-3 in Canada. I know, right? It would take me to know something like that.
No, but these are things that people need to know. These are things that people need to know.
That is leaking from the Earth's core because it's so rare. Like you wouldn't really find it. You would find helium-4 more, but tomato. No one really believes in global warming.
You know what? When you're saying that, you're making me think of Black Panther, right? And I think that was vibranium or something. I believe that's what it was. See, people be knowing, and they threw that out there, and I'm just like, as you described it, I'm like, isn't that why people want to go in and go to Wakanda? Oh man, this is scary. I don't like this.
It's very scary considering I don't know like what the complete impact of the core of the Earth leaking will have on humanity as a whole, which I'll do more research and get back to y'all about that. Not really a science person. but I just find certain things very interesting and fascinating. When it pertains to human life, because we playing with fire with
Man,
this
what?
warming. Considering, we could, like this is it's what is it, melting the glaciers in Antarctica,
Yes,
in
I
the
really,
ocean. So this is, of course, releasing new diseases and things that have been frozen and other microorganisms and blah 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 blah.
yeah,
So
I
it's scary.
read something that was talking about like it's basically saying like the world is going to end at, very soon, or and making it seem like it's going to happen during, if not our lifetime. I know before, like probably a year ago, I was watching something and it made it seem like it's not going to affect us, but it would affect our children's grandchildren. And when I heard that, that just sounds too close down, you know what I'm saying, down the line. I'm like, oh. I mean, it's going to affect us one way or another, but it's like, not people I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, not them, not them. But it's scary is an understatement at this point. Like, we are literally all taking it step by step, day by day. And I just want to know if there's an estimate that they can give because, the first was this week. I ain't pay my bills yet. I was going to pay everything on the 4th. I'm just trying to figure out, do I use this or do I just go ahead and go outside and take me a nice little trip real quick and say, hey, don't worry, because you know what? It ain't going to be here. Do I go ahead and live it up real quick? I need answers. I need a date. If I get a deadline date, that works perfect for me because I already know where I'm going.
That too, but you can't put a deadline or a date on God's work.
Amen. Amen.
Can't on that. I mean, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, we can go today, we can go tomorrow, we can go tonight. We don't. I
But
mean, I'm just we don't know,
you're right.
but that just kind of ties us into our next topic with coping.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's mental health issues. It is so much going on in the world. It is, and it's like, I think at one point in time, I remember saying where, I thought, put like this, I can say when I was 18, I was focused on me, finding a way and what I wanted to do with myself and everything else, right? I was focused on that. And I had that time to focus on that. But, I've seen a lot of things where they've talked about millennials really need a break. We've been through a lot. And then it listed all the things that we have been through. And I'm like, looking at the list stressed me out even more because they're like, we had September 11th, we had the war in Iraq, we've got the war that's going on now. Y2K, Y2K was crazy. That I remember that all too well. And like this is it's a lot. And these are only a few things. This doesn't, we're not even covering the fact of like when they start doing like the school shootings and everything, with all that stuff, like the trench coat mafia, all that. And then it's wild. And then even now they took it from the high schools. Now you're going to elementary schools. Like this is ridiculous. Bombs at schools. I remember they used to do the bomb threats and everything. Like, oh, we got a test tomorrow. I'll never forget. I was almost said that man's name. There was an individual who's like, man, I ain't about to pass that test. I'm gonna call it a bomb threat tomorrow. And then it's like, I remember people laughed about it. It was like, yeah, go ahead and do it so we don't have to take a test. The next day, the SWAT team is up there at our middle school. And that situation right there, that was before September 11th. Like these things happen. And it's like, oh my God, like this is a lot. And then that is just the world events. That's not even nothing that deals directly with me or my children or people that I know and love. But like literally everyone that I've talked to, like we're all going through something. And I'm trying to stay that positive person. And it's hard to stay that positive person when you feel like the world is like, oh yeah, thought I forgot about you too, bitch. And it's like that's scary because it feels like it's coming back, trying to get that back in blood. And I'm like, I have nothing else to give. So I've been trying to look into coping mechanisms. I'm not gonna lie. Initially, it started out with, hey, just drink some more. And then it's the fact of, like, I'm not gonna lie, they started with drink some more and drink some more, have a great time. And it's the fact that no matter what I did, there was nothing that ever took any of this stuff away because I still had to watch the news. And then if you don't watch the news, you find it out on social media. And like with, oh my gosh, last year, for example, with the war between Russia and Ukraine, I remember the night before I was sitting there, I was talking, had a couple drinks and everything at my house. The next day, I'm waking up. I turn on the news just to see what the temperature is outside, and it's a full war going on. And I'm like, how did I miss this? What happened? This is scary, and I don't know. I'm trying. I'm guessing that I know if Neek Neek was here with us tonight, she'd probably say meditate. Um, it'd be meditate, light a J, and possibly like exercise or something like that. And I've been exercising for quite some time. My anxiety is not down. I don't know, but every day I try harder. What about you, Tay? How do you feel about any of this?
I mean, it's a lot to take on. I mean, you got to deal with it one problem at a time. You can't face them all at the exact same time. You got to be able to sit down and recognize what's more important to tackle first. Um, and just, I mean, also, I feel like people need to be more open to therapy. A lot of people are against it. You know, talking to your friends is cool. Talking to somebody that you trust is cool, but it's nothing like sometimes talking from an unbiased stranger. Um, just getting that outside opinion. They don't really know you. They don't really know the other party. They can kind of give you the best advice, but like most people deep down, we're afraid to go to therapy because you know that it's going to open up so many more memories, thoughts. It's going to open up Pandora's box essentially. But to, to be able to fully heal and to be better for yourself, and if you have kids or your significant other, to be better for them, it starts with them.
You're right.
So, I mean, I know I personally need to go sit down and talk to someone. Have I done it? No.
Oh,
Am
no.
I do it eventually? Of
Okay.
course, it's an excuse saying eventually because there's no reason why I haven't done it. But it takes time. You gotta build yourself up and really push yourself to go to be able to cope and to deal with all the different things that's going on with the world because everybody suffers from something,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we use drinking or we might use telling jokes all the time or trying to be the funny person to cheer everybody up or just being that person there to mask our own feelings. That's how everybody deals with things differently.
Listen, that if that is not the truth, because I'm telling you, I probably learned, not I probably learned, if I'm, in the words of Neek Neek, if I'm being completely transparent, okay? I was funny. I became funny because of all the pain and everything that I was going through just growing up. And remember that time I was talking about how my mother had bought me the matching clothes from Ames, okay, with the turtlenecks with the matching jeans, okay. The way they lit me up. And then imagine they lit you up one day, and the very next day you come in with another all solid print outfit. And the next day, then you try to switch it up, and people letting you have it because they like, you thought we ain't gonna notice. When I tell you, I'm like, oh my gosh. And that was something small as a child. Then you grow up and it's like you're just trying to find a way and navigate. And especially for the people around you, like, you're going through stuff, other people are going through stuff. The world, everything isn't about you. And you got to take that time. Like, I try very, very hard not to emotionally dump on my significant others or my friends. Like, they'll ask me what's wrong. And then I just got to the point where I had to say, you know what type of answer would you like from me? What answer are you prepared to take from me? I can be completely honest with you, or when people say, you know, how you doing? And I'm just saying making it. Making it covers everything. Like, don't ask me to go some more specific because I can, and I got some time for it because I want to get that off of me. And then at the same time, just like with you, with what you're saying with therapy, have had a referral for since probably February. It is now November. I ain't going yet. And I don't know where the referral is. It's in here somewhere, maybe allegedly.
Right.
I'm really, yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to go, but it's just the fact of I know the things that bother me, and I don't know if I need to just write it down on a piece of paper and like, you know, set it on fire or something like that. But I don't think that that can work in that moment. But I don't think it's gonna stay like that. I think it's still gonna bother me because it's still that's just a temporary fix. Where in between time, I really I really need to grow up and go ahead and go and talk to these people. There are people there to help you. But then I would feel bad because it's like, I know this is your job and you probably spoke to so many more people before me and everything else. Because you don't want to do that. Because I can only imagine how the therapist feels. Like, do you have somebody you talk to? But yeah, like you know, we try to reduce the drinking. Heavy try. Heavy. But yeah, I don't know. But I think that some things that we've talked about today, I think you know what? I feel that there's maybe like a main group in different levels that you got to break the therapy down into. So there's the people where they had a bunch of childhood trauma and they're adults now and they're realizing how many years they let that affect their life. And it's just unfortunate once they realize and they're like, you know, 40, 50 years old. And it's like, oh my gosh, I let that take away so much from me. But channel into yourself and do things to make you happy. Like take yourself out. Don't go out with nobody else. Take yourself out. Do something. I went out to Buffalo Wild Wings. I took myself out. I'm dressed up and everything. When I tell you, people kept sitting there looking at me like, oh my gosh, she got stood up. This guy's there with his girl. His girl's like, you know, get her a drink, get her a drink. And I'm like, yo, so now I'm getting all these free drinks. Now I'm gonna take them. However, I don't need y'all pity drinks. And it got to the point, I said, yo, I ain't get stood up. I'm like, I got somebody that I could have called. All I had to do was sit here and call and be like, you know, hey, I'm here, slide through. I had a bunch of different people I could call, male and female. No, I did this for me to come out myself and enjoy me, find out what it is that I like to do for me and not make it us happy.
Yeah. I guess it's time to ask Mike, how does he cope?
Yeah, because I mean, like I tried to cope with my drink. Ain't no drinking there. And I picked it up so confidently. However, all right, Michael. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's gonna be the Shaq and Kobe reunion. Oh yeah. This is gonna be nice. All right, y'all. Stay tuned.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm very well.
That's good to hear. I'm glad, you know, the originals are back. No shade. No pun intended.
I've been waiting.
Oh gosh. But you know, things happen. You know, you gotta give other people their time to shine, you know.
You really don't have to, but you know.
Look, we can't be MVPs every week.
Hey, I'm still here, guys. Jeez.
Oh gosh. So I kind of want to just keep going with what we were talking about. How do you cope with different things?
Therapy.
Oh gosh.
Therapy is important. It is. It's very important. A lot of Black men don't choose to go to therapy, but I do. Shoot, it worked. Therapy and just trying to move on, you know, trying to push on, push it forward and keep putting your best foot forward. I mean, it's hard sometimes, but yeah, you got to keep trying Every day is a different day.
Not to be like in your business or anything. Or better yet, not how often do you go? How long have you been going?
Off and on probably for like 2018. Yeah,
So
2018.
have like a significant change in your behavior, how you respond to things?
Yeah, well, yes, how I respond to things, yes. I'm still me, but at the same time, I'm getting better at how I used to respond to things. So whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, you know, I'm learning how to respond a lot better. I don't go just to like talk and just be like, yeah, and I don't go to just be talked to. So
Gotcha.
it's pretty helpful.
Good to hear.
Yeah, yes.
That warms my heart.
Yeah, man, got to.
Last time we was on here, you said you had some questions for me.
I'm not prepared this week.
What?
I'm not.
Dang.
Tisk.
I'm not prepared this week. Last week I was prepared, but then I had to, you know, ask myself a question. So I asked myself a question. I had so much fun.
I saw, you know, I was inspired. That's why I got my bucket on for you right here, you know.
Did you see
bucket.
how I was trying to act like all three of y'all throughout the whole show?
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. However, I was like, oh God. I was like, I can only imagine when we come back. Oh God.
I don't know, y'all was hoping, damn, I hope these numbers don't go up.
I feel like that was some shade right there.
It was.
Let me go grab my umbrella.
No, I'm saying, no. I'm saying y'all were thinking, I hope the numbers don't go up because of him doing it by himself. Because if it do, man, he gonna be a meanie.
No, I'll be honest. That wasn't my thought.
Well, I'm glad to think that you weren't thinking about that.
I could not wait to sit here and see it and see how you worked all that out. So you were up to the challenge, and you know you made it happen. So
Hey,
I had
man,
tough.
got to keep the ball rolling, man.
For the David Ruffin.
No, I didn't put a David Ruffin. That had nothing to do. No. See.
Ain't nobody see you. Here to see you, Otis. Yes.
I could say something, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just going to like, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh boy.
I literally thought about it 15 minutes before I did it.
Oh, well, that's creative.
It wasn't planned. I just went through what y'all had on the format. I said, okay, I'm taking this out. I'm not talking about this. No. This, nah.
Okay, I like your strategy.
Yeah, man. I did it.
Hey, Sneaky Pete.
I asked myself a question.
Oh, God.
I was in two places at one time.
I see. Or I should say I saw. Oh, man. Oh, my back.
See,
So old.
Sometimes Kobe don't play the games. Shaq got to step up. Sometimes Shaq don't play the game. Kobe got to step up. On that note, y'all, peace out.
You know, I knew that when he went in there, when I see, I didn't check to see whether or not the views, I didn't check for any of that to see whether or not the views were higher than the other ones, right? But I realized that if by chance they were, I think it's because he had our faces in the background. See, that right there made people want to tune in because it's like, why they not hearing this man is here? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what, you know, they were trying to figure out what they had to expect. So, you know, it's cool. We'll take the views. A win is a win. A win is a win.
It really is.
Yeah, my cup
is. But you know, it is what it is. When your cup is, that means the show is over.
Yeah, because what? Like, yo, come on now. Like, I can't work it like this. You know what I'm saying? I need to be sauced up. So no.
It's okay. That's why
Yeah.
they can tune in again
Yes.
and again.
Every Friday, 12 noon. Join us. Join us here. We have plenty to say. You can go ahead if you're not already following us, you can go ahead and make sure that you're following us on the good old Facebook at 613 Faye. You can come on there and jump in the group. We really we're trying to interact with you all. We want to talk about things that really, get to you all. I think we've done a pretty good, we have a core group that respond to us. So it's really good to go ahead and hear their side of things because, it's just three. Well, it's the four of us here, but it's nice to know, what you guys think. So, Phil to go with Phil. It's a lot of people have been asking. It was several people that have asked me, can they come on the show? And we have to remember too, we have to invite Wild Card Mar onto our show because he wanted to do a discussion about men and men's mental health. So we'll make sure to tackle that and add that on in the future. But we thank you all for tuning in here with us. I was going to close this out with Flavor Flav again, but it's done. We done. Would you want to close it with it? Oh, okay.
I put the broke bill up too.
It's okay. It's okay because that shows people that you really get active out here. Don't ever roll up.
But the crazy part, I broke it at bingo trying to put my boot on.
I forgot about bingo. How could I forget? And this would have been a perfect weekend to go. I don't want to name my Halloween costume and everything. Oh my gosh. I could have felt that somebody, grandfather, dad, somebody. Holidays is coming. Kids on PS5.
Hello. But peace.